Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody, on this Cyber Monday? I'm taking advantage of some of these deals, taking advantage of some of the opportunities in moving the project for Ballot AI crypto petitioners forward. And it's going to be quite amazing. We are building the future of artificial intelligence and blockchain. To the actual workers like myself and many others who have been subject to fraud and corruption for too many years. It's been going back decades and decades since the beginning of the industry, without a doubt. There are some people with integrity, but there is zero transparency as an industry standard. So I'm creating the Ballot AI token and the project to initiate a smart contract escrow service with stable coins for ordinary public investors to invest their dollars into ballot measures they want to see at the ballot. And that's going to give them the power to cut out all of the waste in the industry. It's currently valued at over 20 billion, $20 billion industry. And so it was 14 billion last election. I'm guesstimating it's 20 billion now, and it's only going to keep growing. However, we can decentralize ownership of this industry to the token holders and those that are backing the utility project, for which we are launching artificial intelligence that will streamline the industry, cut out all the middlemen, cut out the potential for fraud completely, to eliminate fraud with artificial intelligence that is not biased like a human, replacing the manual labor of people sitting and typing, staring at computer screens, being sedative for their entire days, and sometimes often sedated, because we don't need to have that industry of manual labor in the age of AI. And so I started investing in the developers to build this, and we are so far through to the complete model that will be usable in the next elections for 2026. And we're getting ready to get started with the momentum now, right after the presidential election, for the next campaign. Politics isn't over, it's just beginning. And now's the time to invest early for what's going to continue to gain momentum up until the election in 2026, and even bigger in 2028, when yet again there is a Bitcoin halving event, as Satoshi implemented, where mathematically Bitcoin becomes more scarce. We're going to leverage this timing for Bitcoin-backed ballot measures so that we can create the most long-term potential and value in investing Bitcoin into services for public good. And creating a Bitcoin-backed voting protocol is at the top of our agenda, with paper ballots, voter ID, something that the right wants. And the conservatives are the majority, and I am conservative, and we are now the majority, and we know it because of the election. And we are constitutionalists, we are conservative. We want to end these wars, we want to end the waste and spending. We're not like these neocons that ran the Bush party. And the Democrats have controlled this country for so long. We've seen their policies. Now it's time for us to use our clout, our volume and strength in numbers, our democracy, to limit government ourselves with the ballot initiative process, to reclaim states' rights, and for nations worldwide to limit government, to disrupt the hierarchical structures with a decentralized model. We are doing what Satoshi did to the money system to the government, and we are decentralizing government. We are going to teach the public DeFi and DGov and bring the whole crypto space into decentralized finance research at its best, with all the tools and all the alpha we can source together, all the value we can bring. And I'm not an expert, but I did make one pick last bull market, and I knew how to cash out, unlike the first bull market where I didn't cash out anything and I just believed a hodl. And now I know the strategy to capitalize off of these markets, and I'm here to teach the world so we can all teach others how we can be a part of this and prosper. It's starting with our small community with an intention, a purpose to bring the future software of the world that will decentralize government, giving people the access to not just the tools for campaign management and access to ownership of those tools, which is valued at multi billion dollar industry, bringing that value to us. But we will also play a role in the development of the policies we seek to put on the ballot and implement. We're starting with some blockchain constitutional laws to limit government and empower the voters to have transparency over the voting system, first of all, and then also auditing and spending to basically take on our own states, just as Elon is doing federally. We need to do in our states, and we can do that with blockchain and artificial intelligence. And laws must be changed for states to enact them. We'll see how far they can empower the spending cuts federally, but states have their own methods of going about it, and they really need to become more sovereign. They need to follow the model that North Dakota created with the original progressive movement, which was not left or right, but progressive meant unifying the people with common sense above the two-party political systems for common sense. Now, we have a candidate like Trump that is on the right conservatively, but he has also unified many people on the left within the Kennedy camp, where I came from as well. And I voted for Trump the first time against Hillary because I was already outside of the Marxist conditioning to vote for a war hawk. But I absolutely was voting and supporting Kennedy to see how assertively he was against the mega pharmaceuticals and the chemical corporations, a true hero. And so seeing that unity party happen was magic. And I jumped on it. I jumped on the campaign. Elon was hiring for America PAC. I jumped onto America PAC door to door initially, got involved that way. And when he announced a $47 petition, I worked harder than any petitioner probably in the whole United States. I was the only one I saw traveling to all the biggest events. If they did the events like I did in Arizona, which were these are the biggest events on the West Coast, getting people from all over. And if that happened, and I also went out to Pennsylvania, went through Wisconsin, went to Michigan, I got signatures at all the biggest Trump rallies. I was back and forth from Arizona, from PA to Arizona to Michigan, and I was getting all these signatures. And I need to ask you if you think that with me handing out close to 9,000 flyers to people in line with all the directions, and my friend helping me with a big sign, hold up, bigger than about as big as a car, held up above his head with a QR code and the number, and rallying people over. Our table set up right by the entrance and signs. Do you think it's possible I got thousands and thousands of signatures? Because I do. And at $47 a signature, I should get the biggest paycheck of my life. With that, I'm investing into the Ballot AI project. I'm also investing into Petitioner meme, which you can find Petitioner, Petitioner at Pump Fund, which you can access through the Phantom wallet with Solana. And if you're not yet used to using cryptocurrency, I will onboard you and show you everything you need to know. You need to buy Bitcoin, you need to buy Solana, Ethereum, other cryptocurrencies, because there's this whole ecosystem of liquidity. We need to move our money around accordingly, as there are great opportunities to empower us. So I'm all about decentralized technology, and I can share you useful utility projects. You can involve yourself in your life right now, just replacing common things you use, common technologies, but ones that pays you in cryptocurrency for participating. And wrap your mind around decentralized ownership and democratic finance. And we are going to bring democratic finance to the blockchain with Ballot AI, because we are creating DGov, decentralized government, where we're going to do e-voting, having all kinds of voting method for e-democracy. We're going to be creating ballot measures, creating an airdrop for people that learn the methods. I can teach anybody to use AI to develop policy for their state's ballots, so we can be prepared to flood their ballot with as many ballot measures as we need to change every law simultaneously. We can start with 10, even 20 if we are so ambitious, if we have the big enough campaign crew management and outreach. We can run dozens of campaigns. We can qualify all of them for the ballot simultaneously with a strategy to think outside the box, see what our networking can do. And when there's incentivization, we can prosper. We're going to create such a dynamic debate system that people will be incentivized to debate, putting money down like a bet to who can win the debate. And when they do, what they'll get is a prize reward. And that will be based on the complexity of winning arguments using facts. And that will be verified. These facts will be verified, and how we will have a score on the weight of those facts. And there's a whole system we must create. It's very dynamic, and it's going to happen later. But initially, we're going to get ground support to bring ballot AI to a high enough market cap. We can get it recognized on major decentralized exchanges and then centralized exchanges like Coinbase. And we will make sure that people recognize we have the technology they need to own a part of. We are going to immediately start taking campaign contracts as soon as our AI is fully released and launched. We have demo models working. I have demo videos. I can show you some of it under exclusive NDA protections, because there's private information as we're testing on real live signatures that were gathered out in the field. But we have working models, and it keeps getting better and better. We're going to have the final version soon. We're very excited about that. We can't wait to invite you to be a part of this, because when we get one single contract, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars, even if it's just high tens of thousands. Now we can start investing the extra money that is above the cost of the AI, which is huge because it cuts it down like possibly a 20th. You'll have to see. We'll have to test it. But the cost is way down. We're going to take that extra amount. We're going to invest in the blockchain development, integrating the AI into the blockchain and having a seamless experience through a DApp. We're already going to be starting with staking and even potentially a decentralized exchange and other features like liquidity pools to get people involved, providing liquidity to get yield and earn early the ballot AI tokens they can get. So we're very excited about that. It's all moving forward. I have business credit. I'm going to be teaching entrepreneurship. I've been an entrepreneur in the petition industry since 2005. And even before that, in 2000, as a door-to-door fundraiser, as I was as much a salaried worker, it was a position that required sales. And unless I made the quota, it was just like commissions. I had to work for my earnings to a certain degree, and I was accountable. And when I earned more, when I fundraised more, I could earn more. So there was that meritocracy that you also have with our programs. So we're going to empower people with incentivized direct democracy, and we really look forward to your participation. We'll be doing polling soon. We're starting with a great Telegram group, really getting active to get people out there spreading the word. We are going to start a referral program shortly, even if it's not programmed, hard-coded in. We're going to start with a little airdrop just to get active members with spreadsheets, person to person, just starting to build our network. We're going to do an airdrop. We just need the addresses. I already have the DApp to manage the airdrop, so we're ready to make things happen and start spreading the word. We have a content creation campaign with videos, images, and blogs to campaign and promote what we're doing so we can get the word out there and create media, and there will be airdrops for that as well. So play a role in it, and you'll see. You'll benefit. We're going to do seminars teaching people how to write policy with AI and actively doing it, actively filling in all the states' policy options and countries, writing them up and filling them in. And these people who write the policies will earn significant airdrops, because that's the most important practically. And then we're going to have also what's secondarily most important is all the arguments in favor of those policies, and the researchers who write up these arguments and use the AI tools that we can access, who create successful campaign structure for strategy and marketing and argument and debate in the elections when it comes up. We will be rewarding all of those contributors as well, all the social media promoters. So join us. Get Ballot AI early. Be part of our Telegram now. Go to ballot.ai. Type that in your browser and see where it takes you. We'll get a encrypted chat going on different places like Telegram. We have a Discord set up. We're not really quite building out yet, but it's got a little content. We'll be building that. And lots of live channels right now. I'll be plugging in all of those. Find Crypto Petitioners on Facebook. I'm very active on Facebook, although I need to pull away. I have a page there. Could use your like and follow, please. And we also have ballot.ai on Instagram. Okay. And we're going to do crypto_petitioner on TikTok. I definitely need followers there. And I'll fill you in some more details as we go. But I really appreciate you for being here. Some ideas that are coming forward, I'll tell you, are the meme coin for Petitioner. We can even launch that first because it's on Pump Fund. It's very easy for people to access and pump and trade. And that's going to lead to litigation that will be huge in our favor. We could win hundreds of thousands of dollars from the cases that we have of attacks of free speech against police and take that money and invest into our project. We already have winning cases. It's just a matter of having the initial funding, the confidence for the litigation. It doesn't take away from my personal family, my life, my security, and all of that, because it's very expensive. It could be $5,000, $10,000 just for initial retainer. And getting started, we'll have to see how much that costs. But the token is for that purpose, and also those holders will receive airdrops of the policies because petitioners carry policies. So it's an airdrop reward token. When you hold petitioner token, you will be getting the policy tokens outlined in the white paper. And this means that there's not enough outline on it. I'm going to be talking about this decentralized exchange, this program that's going to be like Pump Fund to launch and create tokens for policy that people will invest in and bet on. And when they come to market, they will be promoted like heck. They're going to be getting a huge community, and we get that market cap up. We have a strategy. We take a huge portion that were initial founders' funds bought right at the beginning, and we're going to burn half, and we're going to liquidate the other half. That liquidated portion goes into initiating the physical campaigns on the ground, getting the political action committee, getting the organization for fundraising set up, the structure, everything, and the funds necessary to launch the campaign using the Ballot AI software. So if you own those tokens, that's when you will then profit from the actual live campaigns created with the originally from holding the petitioner token. So get involved early, be a part of that. Thanks so much for being here. You can check out where we currently are with market cap. Can't quite see from this image. Let's see if I can show you here a little better. And you can see that some early buyers got a little bit off it. I never sold from my wallet. We have a small Telegram group, and there's going to be some more pumps. I don't mind if you liquidate right after the pump because it just provides more dips for people. Just take my money when I pump it, because at the end of the day, the utility only comes from having tokens, and I'm a fair owner and shareholder in this as well. I only have, at this point, 6%. There could even be much larger whales that jump in, and that's okay, because this is a long-term project, and those holding the tokens when the time comes will get the most benefit. And we need the money to bring up the value. So let's go. Let's bring the funds. Tell the whales, tell all your whale buddies, tell everybody to start DCA, dollar cost average, buy a little bit every week. See where this goes. Start creating some activity. Start trading with others. All right. Let's get the word out there. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll be following up with you soon.